Hello, my name's Lou, and today I'm going to be explaining how to connect the case fans in a Matrexx Deep Cool 50 case. Deep Cool Matrexx 50, you get it. For a certain amount of people, like myself, there's been some confusion about how to connect the case fans to the motherboard to get power to the case fans. In our Matrexx 50 PC case, the RGB lights were very easy to connect. All the things were chained together. You just plugged them into the motherboard and they lit up just fine. There's no confusion whatsoever. However, there was no indicator or explanation of how you're supposed to connect the case, the fans that were pre-installed in the case into the motherboard. And that's because the fans that are all connected to the case only have 3 pins. Now, the answer is not easily discovered online, at least for me. There's a bunch of videos, either like speed running how to connect all the wires in the case, or saying like how to connect the RGB, but it's really about how to connect the RGB lights, not the fans. And but there's a lot of questions all over that I noticed, because I was having the same problem because I was Googling it, of how to connect the fans. And the answer is that in the box, it comes with a couple of different cables to connect stuff to the motherboard extra. And so the answer is that there's this 4-pin chain, and the 4-pin chain looks like this on one end. You get the idea. It's 4-pin female receiver, and then a chain of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 male connectors. And so these actually, the tongue for fitting in is offset. So what you do is you take the 3-pin connector, they're hanging loose in the front of the box, and you put them here. You ignore the extra pin. And you just plug those in, and there's enough of them for all 4 fans that come pre-installed in the case. The last one, it's why it's so long. And then you just plug this into any system fan connector on the case. And I'm going to go over there and show you what I did, if you want to see how I did it. But it's pretty self-explanatory once you realize that you can use this 4-pin connector with the 3-pin fan sockets. And then in the end, it just goes right into a 4-pin on the motherboard, and the fans spin right up, and it's no big deal. So I'll show you, but you're already probably on your way to doing it. So here we have our Deep Cool Matrexx 50 PC case, and everything is hooked up except for the fan's power. So when you get the PC and you take off the back box, you find all the little box of little extra supplies and screws. You have all this big jumble of cables here. This jumble of cables is for the LED controller, but these 3 little loose 3-pin connectors in the front are the power for the fans, and then there's one for the power for the fan way back here for the last back case fan. And you're like, well, where do those go into? Because all the on the motherboard system fan things are 4 pins. So that's when in the box came this cable. This cable has one female 4-pin connector. That one goes into the motherboard, and all of these 4-pin receptors. But if you look, the tongue for the 4-pin receptor is offset, and that is because you're supposed to plug in the 3-pin female connectors to the fan from the fans into it. So we're going to do that and show you how it works. So we've taken the cable and we have plugged it into a system fan port on the motherboard. Now you take your 4-pin connector here, your 4-pin connector, and your 3-pin fan connector that's on there, and connect them. They connect right away. You have 1 pin left open. You can see it's offset. It looks like it's supposed to be a 4-pin to 4-pin, but you just leave that 1 pin open, and you can see that the tongue for on the male version, the male side, goes right into this offset pin on the 3-pin connector. So we'll do that for the next one. And now that we have it back in our little testing window in our tiny apartment, we're going to turn it on and see if the fans spin up. You can see the fans are not spinning up, right? They're not spinning up now. And there they go. The fans have power. The LEDs have power. Rear fan is also spinning. So, oh, and the computer works. And the LEDs all do all the funny tricks and so on and so forth. So hopefully that helps you figure out how to get those lights on. And if not, I don't know what to tell you. It's weird that that is not explained at all. It's just sort of a hit or miss thing I tried, but it worked. So all the fans work. So much air now. Anyway, I don't do tech tips, but I do make other videos and have made a lot of videos. So if you want to see what I've done, check it out. Hit like, subscribe, all that jazz for whatever reason. Why not?